Okay, Craig, here's how you enable the volume grabber, and this is the same, the A or the B machine. Um, Steps are the same. Like you say, typically you guys, most people monitor, doing the volume grabbing on the B machine because that's the one over at the studio end, hence it's much more convenient. But anyway, so once you've got your Edge interface open, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that, just go into your settings, say configure Edge, go into your product generation, go down to the very bottom where it says volume grabber. Okay, and you'll typically see um, only one entry in here. We just happen to have two in this particular one, but most likely you would click on the one that said A1428 or B1428. Single click on that guy. And of course, the volume grabber, in order for any of this to work, has to be enabled here where it says volume grabber active. But single click on the one that you want to look at, do an edit. You'll also need to have these boxes here clicked as well, okay, to collect the volume, the single tilt volumes. Um, and of course, you'll need to select which moments it is that you're going to archive. Now, keep in mind that the more moments you select, obviously, the larger the file is going to be. But since it's only a single tilt file, they really aren't that large, and we will put a control mechanism in there to keep them from using up an incredible amount of disk space. So that's basically how you turn it on. Then you have to talk to your meteorologist, of course, about what moment you actually want, because there's no reason to turn every one of these moments on if you're not actually storing them away to do anything with. I mean, you know, unless you're going to use them, there's no reason to eat up the disk space. But at any time after you get it set up, you can always uh, come back in, leave all the configuration there as is, and then simply click the volume grabber active, on or off here without having to go any deeper. So uh, just repeat. Let me get back out of here. I'm going to cancel out of here. You go to Edge Control, Settings, Configure Edge, Product Generation, then Volume Grabber. Make sure it's enabled. Click on the one you want to edit or look at. Make the changes as necessary. Say OK to get out. Okay, so now then, once you've got the volume browser enabled, you'll want to limit the number of files that are actually being saved on the disk. Now these are .vol files, just like a huge volume that would have multiple tilts. Just so happens this one only has one. But anyway, you could go into the File Manager, uh, drop down from your Edge configuration, go to your data files, and in your case, of course, it's going to have A or B1428 here, and it's going to have a number here. By default, I believe it's 20,000. And that just means that, it's going to save the last 20,000 files, the newest 20,000 files, and as soon as it hits that next one, just incrementing beyond that number, it's going to delete the oldest file and start writing over from the oldest to the newest. Again, it's just called a ring buffer or a circle buffer or various things for it, but that's pretty much it. Um, 20,000 may seem like a lot, but it really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, because we have so much disk space these days. Let's just look on this particular machine here, and we will see how much disk space we actually have with it up and running. This is actually out at ULM, uh, Monroe, Louisiana. Get the terminal up here. Hopefully this is all recording okay. Anyway, actually you can see we're in the actual volumes directory right now. Var opt edge vols. That's where the volume files are written. And let me just do an ls here. Now in this case they are actually running a true multi-tilt volume scan. So um, So the volume files are quite large, as you can see here. This would be more typical of what you would see on just a single sweep, like you would do in surveillance mode. So anyway, that's pretty much it. If you want to see how much disk space you have, you can type the command df minus h. Okay, that just means show me the disk space used in human terms. And then you can go down here and you can find, basically look for the biggest disk there is on here. Okay, like in this case, it's this guy right here. Root file system is 914 gig, and you can see they're only using 11% of the disk space, and they've got their limit set at 20,000, and they're taking real volume. So, like I say, disk space, there's plenty of it. So, unless you just turned it on and completely forgot about it for literally probably a month or so, there's really not much danger of it filling up the disk. And actually, with your buffer set up at 200,000, it'd be very unlikely that you would ever exceed that number. Um, Let me rephrase that. Files would be deleted before you would run out of disk space. Okay, well, hopefully that's enough to get you going, and if not, you can always let me know. Talk to you later.